let's move on to some other sort of interesting stuff here, because you're in New Jersey, just across the river from New York, where this Zohran Mamdani character keeps on getting airtime, and now Democrat Senator Elizabeth Warren has said the quiet part out loud while campaigning for the socialist mayoral candidate. Have a listen to this.
If someone stands up and says, I will lead this city by making it more affordable, and here are my plans, real plans, plans to deliver on child care, plans to deliver on housing, plans to deliver, we're going to experiment, we're going to try things on groceries. That is the Democratic message.
Now, Joe, I couldn't help laugh when I saw this New York Post front page about the fake African-American and the Indian-American, but this whole idea of doing stuff, experimenting with groceries, that's pretty terrifying. Is this where the Democrats are going?
Yeah, apparently so. I mean, that's a campaign ad you just watched right there for any Republican, that if you embrace a candidate who is a communist, forget socialist, he's a communist, right? And he wants to basically bring grocery stores run by the government to New York City and thinks that's a good idea. Well, I don't know. I saw this movie in the Soviet Union, in Cuba, in Venezuela. It does not work. You cannot have the government controlling prices because, well, that's going to be a big problem based on what we saw in all of those countries. But he's going to be the next mayor of New York. I hate to say it. I used to live in New York City. But unless somebody drops out, whether it be Andrew Cuomo, whether it be Eric Adams, Curtis Sliwa, he right now is up by 20 points in terms of this race. And until somebody does something and drops out and makes it a binary choice, he will be the next mayor and will destroy whatever's left of New York City. That I do know.
As a former New Yorker myself, that's a terrifying thought. Finally, Joe, before I let you go here, there's a lot of talk about, AI these days, but I wanted to get your reaction as a broadcaster about this story, which I just found downright creepy. Former CNN host Jim Acosta gave an AI interview to an AI version or an avatar of a deceased victim of the Parkland massacre to push gun control. Look at this.
I would like to know what your solution would be for gun violence.
Great question. I believe in a mix of stronger gun control laws, mental health support, and community engagement. We need to create safe spaces for conversations and connections, making sure everyone feels seen and heard. It's about building a culture of kindness and understanding. What do you think about that?
I think that's a great idea.
Joe, this is the most creepy, weird, exploitative thing I have seen in a long, long time. What's your reaction?
It's sick. It's absolutely sick. Jim Acosta is by far, and this says a lot about American media, the biggest narcissist in this industry. When you interview the AI version of a kid who was murdered at Parkland, I mean, I spoke to a friend of mine who his daughter was at Parkland when that shooting happened and had to hide in a closet, and she survived. I said, what do you think about this? Honestly. And he goes, it's the sickest thing I have ever seen. I just, this is what American media is being exposed to being, whether it be Jim Acosta or Terry Moran or, let's think, John Harwood or Chuck Todd. All these people have been fired or let go from their media outlets, now are doing the podcast thing and doing this. You see exactly who they were all along. And for Jim Acosta to push a narrative around gun control, I guess, and interviewing a kid who was murdered, I have no reaction. I'm speechless over this because it's that sick.
Yeah, I mean, it is just, and if this is where AI is taking us, well, I mean, God help us. But finally, Joe, just got to ask you about this other story that's kicking around here. Adam Schiff, the congressman, very anti-Trump guy, he seems to be in a bit of trouble now. Sounds like he told a few fibs, potentially, allegedly, on his mortgage application. Tell us about it.
Yeah. So overall, again, probably the most anti-Trump guy who talks about ethics and honesty and doing the right thing. Well, the evidence appears to look like, and again, I say everybody is innocent until proven guilty. So let me see the evidence in a court of law that he lied on his mortgage application in terms of what he was earning and what in terms of getting an interest rate below a certain amount. I'm sorry, we've seen this before with other politicians, particularly Letitia James, the Attorney General of New York City, and now we're seeing it now with Adam Schiff. Let's see where the facts bring us. But in the end, boy, I can't believe a politician would lie. It's incredible. Go figure.
Joe, it's just shocking. What is the world coming to? Joe Concha, thank you so much for joining me here on the U.S. Report. See you next time.